phone. It's like, yeah, you've done like 8 to 10,000. Are they continuous? No, but
They're there.
they're there.
All right. All right. Welcome to the podcast, brother, on episode number 2 of the Beer League Outdoors Walk and Talk podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
100%.
This is, I really like the first one. Walk, talk, get to know somebody a little better.
Definitely.
Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Jordan. Yeah, that's about it. Here I am.
That's it?
Here I am, yes.
Jordan is here. So, let's start with the other night. You came and helped do the 35K walk. Film it.
I did.
Yeah, man, like short notice. We'd never hung out in person outside of the store before.
No, nothing outside of the shop.
I watch you a ton on social media. A farm life.
Farmhouse life.
A farmhouse life.
Yep.
I'll link it in the description. I love your social media content. Like, you're witty, you're funny, it's exciting to watch. I'm not really a build kind of guy.
It's a kind of a random channel.
You did.
It never started out as a building channel, and it's still not a building channel. It kind of started as moving from Oshawa 2015, let's say.
2015, okay.
We bought this old farmhouse, and I saw kind of the potential. At that time, social media was kind of picking up. Well, it was probably already picked up, but I was like, well, why don't we just document this? Not fully into renovations, but just kind of that life that we're
Changing to,
because I knew there was going to be ups and downs, some quirky, funny stuff that might happen.
Yeah.
Our kids were very small at that age.
Gotcha.
6 and 4.
Okay.
So, I kind of wanted to document this new journey that we're going on, and it's kind of just spiraled into this random page.
You got some funny stuff on there, man. Oh, it kills me. The mice in the feed the other morning.
Yeah, and stuff like that. It's so funny. People are like, "Oh my God, gross!" And you're like, "This is like an average Wednesday," and it's so funny to kind of document those things. I think it's funny, but I also think it's normal. But I also kind of post those type of things to see people's reactions, right?
Yeah.
Like oh,
Here's an interesting
deer in my backyard. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh my God. And you're like, well, yeah.
You said the other night when we were walking, you saved my butt the other night when we were doing the 35K, because when we came across between Wesleyville Road and Highway 10 was the most boring part of the night.
It was dark.
It was dark. Black. There wasn't a whole lot going on. The road was kind of hard to walk on because it was gravel.
Yep.
And I was tired, and I was missing steps. And you just started telling me stories about growing up in Oshawa and your old man. And it was kind of like, I think that it was like you listening to music or a podcast when you walk, because I was just soaking it in and listening. And
I don't want to toot my own horn, but it was kind of the plan.
Yeah.
I kind of saw you, and also I was not talking. I was a little tired, and not to say I was as tired as you, obviously.
No, but you'd worked all day.
Hanging off the truck, and it's dead quiet in that area. And I'm like, all right, let's get Ian's mind off of, the concrete and the asphalt that's right in front of him.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, it's like, well, let's learn a little bit more about Ian. So
Yeah. So I really appreciate you just telling me your story about your dad and your dad's, changing jobs and then getting diagnosed with cancer and pulling through it all. And I was thinking in my head when you're telling me all this, you just have to walk. Like, this is a cakewalk, man. You got this, right? Jordan's dad had to do all this. All you gotta do is put one foot in front of the other. One foot in front of the other.
Big time.
It's like, I think that's what got me to the highway, and then we had lights again, and then I felt a million times better.
A little bit refreshed.
It's hard to walk in the dark.
Oh yeah. Oh, I walk in the dark all the time.
Right? Like, I was watching Cameron Haynes do one of those races where they run 24 hours the other night.
Oh yes.
How tough that must be in the mountains by yourself, just with a headlamp.
A headlamp.
Yeah.
Which is like 3 feet in front of you by 3 feet wide.
Yeah. Like, how lonely, and like, man, it is crazy. Like, you're fine, you're safe and everything, but a lot of it's just like the mental.
And I've had that feeling too during deer hunting, like coming down from a stand.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes like I forget to bring my flashlight, so I'll come down from a stand. All I have was like an old iPhone 12, and you're like, well, the path is here somewhere. And then you get tagged by a bush and you're like, it's not here.
Yeah. Right?
And you know you're safe.
Yeah, you're fine.
But at the same time, you're just like, it is blackout and it is isolated.
And you like, I guess, and maybe the older you get, the less scary it is, but I can remember being like a kid, and we had a farm in Bridge, North Ontario, and we used to do maple syrup all the time.
Oh, sweet.
So,
literally.
Yeah. My grandfather used to do it when he was a kid at the same farm with his father.
Cool.
Right, it was like, and we had like a small shack. Yeah, you couldn't even call it a shack. It was more like just somewhere to sit and keep dry wood and it was
a couple pallets and a roof.
It was so old school, it's not funny. But we had an amazing time there. Still to this day, there's a giant ironwood in the back. And like my great grandfather's name's carved into it that he did. Like it's awesome. Cool. Even though we don't own the property anymore, that tree's there.
Still there.
I often thought about sneaking in there and cutting it down and taking the chunk with everybody's name.
What are you doing?
Putting it in my living room.
What are you doing tonight?
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty big ironwood. I don't know if we can get her out of there without a tractor.
Get her down.
I was like, yeah, we can get her down for sure. So, when I was really little, we would have, not really little, but like 10 to 14 years old, we would have a maple syrup party for my grandfather and my mom and aunts, and everybody would come. That was like our
super fun, man.
Toboggan party. All my cousins there, eat maple syrup, make toffee and stuff. But I remember at least 3 times I had to spend the night in the woods with my cousin and keep boiling sap because it wasn't close enough to the party.
Right.
So we would get that instructions, and I can remember being so scared.
Right.
Like we were holding down the fort, right? Like in my head, grizzly bears and cheetahs and tigers and every branch broke.
And it's so funny, like you say that. I remember being a very small child, and I spent a lot of time up in Bancroft at my grandfather's house. He's the one who got me into hunting.
Yeah.
And we'd go for a walk in the woods or go to the shop, and the shop was probably 500 feet away. And being a little kid, just in the dark, kind of, oh my gosh. And he said, you know what? There's nothing out there at night that's not there during the day.
Yeah. It's just your brain playing tricks.
I'm going, you're right. Meanwhile, you stumble upon a partridge coming around a corner, and you still jump a bit.
You want to hear the greatest?
But I always story? I tell my wife that stuff right now. It's just like there's nothing out there right now.
There's nothing out there.
It's out there right now during the daylight.
Oops, sorry, Case.
It's not out there during the night, or it's still out there during the night, and she still won't go outside.
That's funny. So a few years ago, I was hunting this big buck at my buddy Dave's place. I got my ground blind set up. I'm sitting in there and the ground's hard and the leaves are frozen. I might have been there for 15 minutes. I look out my ground blind window on the left and there's the 2-pointer, young buck. And he's standing there just on the edge of the meadow and he looks like he sees something, right? So I'm watching him and I was like, yeah, there's a deer who sees something, he's not sure. And he's all perked up and he's looking. And I remember giving him the old hand wave and being like, nope, you don't see me. So
he's zeroed in on something else.
He turns around and goes back. 5 minutes later, see the like a small basket 8 show up at the top of the hill. And he looks all concerned too with something behind me. Same thing, never comes into the food. It just keeps going. And all of a sudden I hear crunch, crunch. And it's so close.
And you're trying to phone it into the guys going, am I supposed to be looking at whatever's going through the phone?
So it's walking behind me and I can't see. And I remember I had my muzzle loader and in my head, it got to my left and it might have been 10 yards from me, maybe closer. In my head, I'm like, just shoot it. Shoot right through the blind.
Just whatever it is, yeah.
Right? Like, and I am trembling. And I wouldn't shoot through the blind, but I was like, it crossed my mind. I'm shaking. I hear crunch, crunch, crunch. I eventually look out the window. It's a partridge.
Yeah.
Right? It sounded like it was 400 pounds.
Or a red squirrel or
crunch, crunch. And I was like, my God, both them deer are afraid of that partridge.
Yep. Oh, and it's so funny. I've had that happen so many times, well, especially with squirrels too.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was walking down from the stand. It's probably good, maybe a kilometer from the stand to the road. And this is only a couple of years ago. I know it's fine. It's dark. I got my cell phone light just to get down to the trail.
Yeah.
And I start hearing the wolves kind of howling, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then you hear the wolves howling closer.
Yeah.
And they're behind you, and you can hear them crunching through the bush. You're like, okay, it's fine. Then you hear them in front of you. They're crunching through the bush. And then they're going all three sides. Yeah, they're crunching through the bush. And I'm like, going through my pockets. I'm like reloading the gun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm 200 feet from the road. Just get me there.
I've had when they popped out in the field and stuff, and I think they're curious to what it is.
I think that's probably
dark,
what it was.
Interesting. You like, you probably smell like deer pee.
Yeah. Or beer
Right.
and Doritos.
Yeah, right.
And they're
curious.
They're curious, but still at the same time, you're like, probably want us daylight. Probably would like to see it, because I'm okay with you behind me.
Or them see you. So that they're like, okay, yeah.
It's just some asshole with a flashlight. Whatever.
I was sitting one time on just I guess east of here, and I was sitting up on a hill, and I knew there was this big buck, and he had to cross this big opening because I knew kind of where he bedded, and I knew where he was often seen. So I was sitting up there, just a camel coat on, but it was a camel coat that I'd wore hunting a lot. So I'm watching with my binos, right? And all of a sudden I turn around, and there's about a 200 pound black bear about 10 yards from me. And I jumped up and I started waving, and it ran off. It wasn't no part of me, but I was sitting there forever, and I was like, I wonder what he smelled.
Right?
Deer pee on the vest. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You smelled interesting.
He could even smell dead deer because I'd worn it to drag deer out.
Right.
So that you never know what you're going to see as soon as it gets dark coming out of anywhere.
Oh, it's amazing. And I think watching, a couple podcasts and videos, like you just spend a couple hours in the woods. Like, you might see something within the first 5 minutes, but you spend a few hours, it's amazing what you'll see. Behind my house, out there for maybe 2 hours, a fisher came into my blind, stuck his head in my blind. A fisher. I didn't know they were down here. And sure enough, there it is.
This is going to be interesting. This is the first turn in Walk and Talk podcast history. Whoa. You're losing us, boys. So, what are you into? What are your hobbies, man? What do you do outside of a farm life? Yeah, like what do you do? What do you like?
Outside of work,
kids hockey?
It's so random. Oh, kids hockey takes up so much time.
Tell me. Two boys, yeah, okay.
Two boys. One is 13. The other one is 15. One of them is a goalie who plays upper level hockey.
Okay.
I'm really involved with him. Not to say I'm not involved with the younger one. I'm on the bench for both kids.
Okay. 3-4 nights a week?
For one of them.
Gotcha. Yeah. That busy.
And then the other one, so yeah, it's probably a good 5, sometimes 6 nights a week. And yeah, that takes up a lot of time, October to April, let's say.
Okay.
But I love it. I was a goalie when I played.
Yeah.
I've never...
You were telling me about you never had out skates.
I've never put on a pair of player skates.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think once, maybe when I was like 10, my dad built like an outdoor rink over at the park or something like that. But I have never put on a pair of player skates. So.
I've never worn a pair of goalie skates. I played center my entire hockey career. Always played center. So the perspective that, like, in my world as a centerman, as a playing first line center kind of deal,
right?
It's never my fault. No, but like, right?
Yep.
What's it like being a goalie and being a goalie dad? Because it isn't.
That is.
But it always comes down to it's the goalie's fault.
It's a 2-part question.
Yeah.
As a goalie, there's a growth pattern to it. When you first start playing, everything's your fault.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Save it.
Yeah. We lost 2-1.
We lost.
It's the goalie's fault.
100%. And I went through that with my son so much.
Yep.
He's like, well, yeah, we lost. I'm like, dude, you took 60 shots today.
Yeah.
Your team put on 5 shots and we lost by 1 goal.
100%.
I think you did amazing. Yeah, we still lost.
That's a very young perspective too, to blame the goalie.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
So as he got older, and same thing with me, as you get older with a goalie, it's kind of like, do your job.
Yep.
Are you expected to save every goal? No.
No.
Or sorry, yeah, you are, but will you? No.
No. Yeah.
Same. It's like telling a forward or a winger. Every
You're
time
not going to score.
Every time you take a shot, you're just going to score?
No.
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 No. So you know what? Do your best. If it goes in, it goes in. Same as if you miss a shot as a forward or a winger. But at the same time, when you miss a shot as a forward or a winger, there's no repercussions. There's nothing on the scoreboard that says
like it got by me. Right?
Unless it's like, overtime shootout.
It's like a D man who puts the puck in his own net accidentally. It is what it is.
Yeah. So,
but a goalie's like the only position. Like, if I'm playing center, I got two wingers.
yes.
If I'm playing defense, sometimes I used to play defense on the power play because I had a big bomb of a slap shot.
Sure.
I got a partner. The goalie, you're kind of out there by yourself.
The goalie, you literally have your whole team in front of you.
Yep.
If it gets past the forwards, okay.
Yep.
Gets past the defense, okay. Yes, you're the last line of defense, and to put all that pressure on you if a goal goes in, that's not how a team works.
No,
right?
You're right. Yeah.
They should have been in your zone to begin with.
100%.
So I've had to talk to my son, and he's good now with it.
Yep.
He obviously still is like, bullshit, should have saved it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
fair. And I've also had to not school my wife, but I mean, educate her, because she kind of got brought into hockey once we got married.
Okay. So she didn't grow up with this.
She didn't grow up with hockey at all.
Okay.
So like when he first started playing, she was the pacer. She would go from one end to the other the whole time. She put on 10 clicks a game.
Yeah.
Just front to back, front to back. She's just luckily come around to be like, you know what, you played an awesome game. Yes, you lost.
That's awesome.
But again, did you give up? No. Did you say, forget it, I'm not going to try anymore? And he did. At the start, he'd get a couple goals by him, and you'd just see it drain out and be like, done. I'm not going to bother. Just
Now?
And now, he's good. Like, the goal will go in, he'll skate around the net, give his head a shake, give him some water, and he's good. And
I think there's something to be learned in life through kids playing sports. Like little Ash, he plays hockey.
Yep.
He is by far the smallest kid in the league. He is by far not the best player, but he's learning team stuff.
And that's the most
right.
important
Like
thing,
it is
stuff.
It's really important. Like naturally, you see even at like 12, 13, 14, there's leaders in the dressing room.
Yep.
Somebody will mess up, and I will see, like if the puck gets by Ashy will get upset, but I'll see one of the other kids who are bigger and better than he is. It's all right, Ash. It's all right.
And that's what you want to see.
And that kid's is learning stuff, right? Like, I didn't see it at the time, but sports when I was young has made me so resilient. Resilient of like not quitting. Just because you got beat out of the playoffs last year doesn't mean this year's going to be like that. And
exactly.
it relates to life experience, right?
Exactly, because you know what, and I think that's why I think hockey is one of the greatest games, because you can be on fire. Well, let's take the Leafs. You can be great.
Yeah,
one
regular
game,
season.
Next game, crap the bed.
For sure, man.
If you don't give up, guess what? Don't worry about that last game.
No.
And that's what a big thing in what we talk about in the dressing room with the kids is like, hey, you know what? The better team won tonight.
Yeah.
Whether it was you or the other team.
It doesn't mean they're always better.
No.
It just means tonight they're way more awesome than you
we've
were.
seen upsets. Like,
Yeah.
we've been the best team in the league and gotten beaten by the worst team in the league.
I think that's what I really love
And
about
don't let it get to
sports
you.
is the underdog story.
Yeah,
Like especially in baseball. Do you follow baseball?
a little bit. I big time as a kid.
So I'm a Yankees fan, but I love all baseball. But the Yankees are my team. The Blue Jays are playing unbelievable. I will admit that I'm not the biggest Jays fan, but like they're playing above their pay grade.
Right.
They're playing way better than they are on paper. And baseball's one of those sports where like a bunch of guys together with a really good attitude and a coach that's like feeling the jam, they can win this all.
Sure.
Maybe they don't have a $700 million player, and I don't even think Vladdy's a $350 million player, but
You don't need to, though.
you don't need one.
You don't need one.
Like there's been all kinds of times in history that a bunch of nobodies
Yep.
beat the Yankees or beat like the Dodgers. The Dodgers today, I guess, are the Yankees of the 90s because they just like bankroll.
And that's, yes, it was, yeah,
but
exactly.
You kind of learn that like
It's
a bunch of okay guys getting their shit together can beat the greatest team in the world.
And that's just it.
And that's why we watch, is because it can happen.
It's connecting as a team versus, yeah, you have, like you said, 5-10 guys that are making millions of dollars a year. Yeah, they're all great in their own perspective. If they don't mesh,
No.
you can have a lot, like a whole team of pretty good players.
Yeah.
But if they're jamming,
Well, they're great
like,
players.
crushing it.
Right. And in sports, like there has been like guys that, you know, didn't have long careers or great careers, but for 2 seasons, oh my gosh, MVP.
Right?
Like didn't have it in for 20, but like for 2 or 3 seasons.
As a goalie, and I heard you say this the other night, Felix Poppin,
Yeah.
90 to 92.
Hero, rookie.
Hero,
Just
rookie.
like run Grand Fuhrer right out of Maple Leaf Gardens.
Right.
Like, but
And-
then at the same time, here's an interesting story. We used to go behind Maple Leaf Gardens when I was a kid with my dad to get autographs.
Oh, cool.
Right? We would stand in behind Maple Leaf Gardens, and he grew up in
Nice.
the city and kind of knew like what door. Like I met Joe Bowen, Jim Ralph, Dave Andetruck, like Gilmore. So my old man had his collarbone removed,
Okay.
right? Because it turned to mush from an accident.
Okay.
So my mom and I and my little brother, I was younger because Maple Leaf Gardens was still open, and we're downtown. I think he got his surgery at St. Mike's, but don't quote me on that. So we're downtown and he's like, the Leafs play tonight. Let's go get autographs. He's just out of the hospital, but he's going to suffer through this. And he's
He's a game sevener.
no, this is like Tuesday night.
No, I mean, he's a game seven.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
When
let's
it
do
comes
it.
to this,
Yes.
so
Love it.
before the going into the hospital, brought a bunch of Potvin cards for Potvin to sign.
So good.
Okay.
He's my favorite player, by the way, man.
During this time, too, right? It is the Potvin Cujo fiasco,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right? So this is not a shot at Felix if you're watching. Great goalie. I remember we met Andetruck. They were playing the Devils. Berdura was kind of my goalie at the time. Berdura came in, met Berdura. Cujo comes in, and Cujo had a kind of a thing with my dad. If my dad was 20, Cujo was 13. They grew up on the same street in Keswick, right? So
Very cool.
he hadn't spoke to Cujo in a long time. So Andetruck goes through. I think that maybe Gilmore at the time played for the Devils. Okay, so to get that
okay.
feeling. Andetruck for sure was a Leaf. So they all go through the building. We see Potvin get in at out at the next door. My old man sends me and my brother down there to get Potvin.
At 100 mile an hour.
He's in surgery, just
Boys,
coming off the medication. So we ask Felix for an autograph. Felix says no.
Oh.
Right? My little brother asked Felix. Felix says, no, guys, I'm just going in the door. And he's not playing, right? He's back up to Cujo.
Right.
My old man gets down there and goes, listen, I'm about 70 grand into your cards.
Big fella.
I just got out of the hospital. Shows him his open wound. And Felix goes, I'm really sorry, but I'm not signing autographs. And my old man said, I will beat the snot out of you with one arm. You are going to sign these cards because I am suffering. And Felix
And
finally
you and your brother are doing this with the cards?
And Felix finally goes, all right, guys, get a camera, take a couple of pictures, sign some autographs, and in the building. Now, at the time, I didn't understand, but the scrutiny and the pressure and the media,
Oh, yeah.
I could understand now why the guy just wanted through the door.
Yeah.
I just want to go in there,
Get
my stuff on, and I'm going to ride the pine, right?
Get out the car, get in.
So perspective, and we talked about perspective the other night when we were walking, like at the time I did not understand. Now being through all this social media stuff for a while, there's been some times in my life that I just want to get to my truck and go home, guys.
100%.
Right? And that,
100%.
like, I didn't understand at the time, but I do still have my Felix Potvin autographs and everything from that night. And I appreciate my old man who wasn't taking no as an answer. There's been a lot of times in my life where I've heard a lot of no's, and I'm going to just keep going until I hear yes.
And I think that is 100% admirable. And again, now I know the situation.
Yeah.
From where you're at, yeah, understandable.
But you got to make time, right?
It's okay to not take no for an answer.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? I've never told nobody no in that regard, but I certainly have thought it. It's hot and it's been a long day, and I just, man, I want a bottle of water and I want in that truck with the air conditioning.
Yeah.
But here's the other side. Along my journey of social media and beer fishing into beer leagues, and even before that, the first name was Horniak West Outdoors. And we've done this for so long, there was no YouTube. The original videos were filmed on 2 VCRs, back and forth.
Oh, sweet.
So I don't even remember how I got them. Honestly, I don't remember how I got the music on there, but I got music on there, and I used the transitions of like the, like VCR. Yeah, it was like funny. So
was it V-Hold or something like that, whatever it was? Yeah.
So the original DVDs, I got some at home, and I used to hand them out all the time if I went on a date, right? Like, here you go, have a DVD, because I thought it was cool.
Like to the
girl I was going on a date with. Hey,
that is a solid pickup.
Watch this, and you know what?
Way to go.
I thought is the more Horniak West Outdoors, we would print these DVDs, put the sticker on them, picture of each of us, and like at one time, I'll bet you I had 2,000 of them. And
awesome.
I did not care who took it, as long as you took it, because I figured it would bounce enough hands being left or show up somewhere that somebody would just watch it
and go,
who could help.
Go, hey, cool.
Yeah, 100%. Or
it's like blind marketing almost, right?
Sure. I remember I sent 500 copies once with Marley to the fishing show in Toronto, the spring fishing show, and he maybe got 100 of them out before he got told to stop handing them out, which is fair. A little bit of guerrilla marketing.
Sure. Yep.
I was giving them to dates. I would also like leave them at people's houses. I would keep them in my coat, and if you invited me to your house, I would leave it.
Just kind of like slip it under the
anywhere,
slip it under the
table, in your movie
the throw pillow. You're like, there you go.
Like I just thought
your toothbrush.
My entire plan, and the plan is still going on now. If you get the right content in front of the right person, you're going to get some help, and one thing leads to another thing, and off we go.
And you know what? That's kind of how it goes. And it doesn't even matter how big your platform is.
No.
You could have 50 people. You could have 50 million people.
It's just finding the right person who sees the right amount of potential to be like, all right, we can work with this.
Yeah, and or just to follow it and just enjoy it. And that's kind of where I came from. Like, I don't have a ton of followers. I have like,
well, to the average person, you have a ton of followers.
Yes.
Right?
To the people that I follow, or I don't want to say strive to be like, but at least kind of chase.
Yep.
I'm way behind. But
that is also like a really bad way to look at this.
Oh, 100%.
I was really proud of my 35 kilometers. Right? Then I watched the video of a kid who was talking about David Grogan's 40%. Do you know David Grogan's 40% rule?
Yeah.
So he had thought, realistically, I should have been able to do the 35K again automatically by David Grogan's thing. I should have just been able to get home and gone again. Yeah. So he ran 100 miles, right? Until he couldn't run anymore. And then when he got to the 100 miles, he turned around and went back. So the 100 miles was his 40%. So he does 200 miles, 28 hours of running straight.
Nuts.
At the end of his YouTube video, he goes, that was pretty good. But the people I look up to, and he has like a chart, run 400 miles, 600 miles. You're never going to get to anywhere.
No.
If you're a guy with 1 million followers or a girl with 1 million followers, you probably look up to somebody who has 2 million followers.
Exactly.
And that 2 million, 3 million follower person probably looks up to somebody who has 4 or 5 million, and it just never ends.
It never ends. And I think when I first started this, maybe midway through, and it was picking up speed, I was looking at those larger accounts, going like, well, I kind of want to get there too. Like,
yeah,
like I want I want to hit the 10,000. I want to hit the 100,000. I want to hit the whatever, 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I look at it, I go, you know what? I'm going to make a video because I like it.
Yeah.
I either think it's funny or it's informative. Or guess what? I'm just doing something. Somebody might appreciate that. If one person like looks at this and goes, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do it. You know what? Awesome. And so now I don't even look at followers.
No.
Look at whatever the algorithm is.
I
Whatever.
used to really care about followers. I used to really care about negative comments.
Yeah.
If a video got 50 comments and 49 of them are super positive, I would only see the one negative one.
Of course.
And be super upset about this. And I really understand now that most negative comments are from somebody disliking something about themselves, and because they didn't, maybe nobody listens to what they have to say, so they just throw something out, or maybe they're upset about themselves or whatever.
Or
I'm more apt to reach
done
out.
something different than what you're doing, and therefore you're wrong. They're right.
Yes.
And they, for some reason, have to comment on it and say,
Social media has opened a world where we feel like our 2 cents are needed about everything.
Of course.
I've never, I shouldn't say I never, because somebody out there is going to find a comment where it was negative, but I tried my hardest, and I cannot remember a time where I ever butted my nose into something where I felt my 2 cents was needed that was not in a positive way. Like, I understand how much I dislike, well, you should flip a black jig. Buddy, I know you didn't see it in the fishing video, but I threw a black jig for 2 hours and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Like, I thought of that, right? So
well, you must have been doing something else wrong.
We have bad days and good days.
An inadequate fisherman.
Yeah, well, I used to feel that way, honest to God. Like, I really did. I would be like, yeah, I guess you're right, I suck. I was only in 14th out of 100 boats. Yeah, and I would beat myself up, and then, but here's the deal.
Thank you, private account. That
yeah, I noticed too that even when I won, there was upset people. In 2020, when I was giving all this up. I'd really had enough, and I was overwhelmed in just overwhelmed by the entire situation, and I needed a break during COVID.
Well, and the timeline wasn't ideal, right? Because
I really should have been making more videos at that time, and that's when I stopped. But you know what?
That's okay.
I just needed a break. But at that time, I was going to sell my boat. I was so upset and done with this, and I associated everything that was going wrong back to fishing, because it seemed like every time something had gone wrong, there's a conversation that adds back to fishing here.
Right.
And
you're thinking you're just kind of
my buddy Andrew talked me out of selling the boat. And thank you, Andrew, for doing that. If it wasn't for you, that boat was gone. But I think I got to understand right then. So many people were upset that I was filming fishing. But then when I stopped filming fishing, lots of those same people were upset that I wasn't filming anymore. And I was really confused by so I can't win here and I can't win there, and right. And then the next couple of years I didn't make a whole lot of YouTube videos, but I fished a lot, and people would message me and be like, well, heard you quit fishing. No, I fished lots, I just didn't post it.
Didn't film fishing.
So you didn't know I was fishing, but I was on the water, I still enjoyed fishing. So I think that period of time and the moment, I was just mad, upset, frustrated.
Sure.
But coming out of there and looking back now, it just I'm not here to please anybody but myself. And I'm going to be able to look back at our conversation. We will think this is hilarious a year ago. And a year from now, we'll be like, hey, remember the night we did that? And
first time we walked during a heat wave through Mosquito Valley, and talked about random shit.
This is just great. If people at home are listening to this and they love it, awesome. If you don't like it, just skip on. But I'm enjoying myself.
They're learning something about you right now.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know that I've ever talked about all of this openly.
No.
It's really hard in a vlog format or in a room podcast to open up.
Of course.
Right? Because if you have 4 or 5 guys in your podcast, you want everybody to wait there while you explain your life story. But if it comes up in conversation between 2 guys on a walk, let's just share.
This could literally be any other night in front of a campfire with a few beers, just
hanging out.
You know, and the conversations kind of roll into the next one.
Yeah.
Right. It's fluid. We're not sitting here. Okay, question 3.
So with your
Right?
I don't like I've only ever done 1 or 2 other podcasts, just because I don't like that being grilled on questions.
Well, there's a purpose here, but there's no purpose.
Yeah.
2 dudes going for a walk, right? We could be on the ice rink. It could be like hockey talkie.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? Or sitting on the bench in a hockey rink.
Talking.
Hey, man.
So with your social media, do you have goals? Do you have like, do you?
I used to, like I said from before, I used to kind of want to get to the account. And I guess I kind of still do. But it's not from a monetary goal perspective. It's not for an infamy perspective. I do so much stuff that I do not film. And it's either random day stuff, everyday stuff, or completely random weird stuff. And sometimes I try and capture that. I just love capturing both my kind of journey with the kids, the family, the house, the crazy crap that happens around the house, because it seems to happen all the time. But I almost love it for the comments. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like, well, this happened. People are like, holy shit. And you're like, yeah, well, it happened yesterday too.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring almost like a country life or a homesteading life to people.
Yep.
And I don't care if it's 100 people or 5 people that see it. It's really funny that when I do post these things or just document a daily occurrence, the people will either go, yeah, man, same thing happened to me when I was 5, or that happens to me all the time, or like, holy crap, like, gross, or like random stuff like that. I love just kind of interacting with people because we kind of have like a unique property. We're not totally in the bush, like living off of solar power, but we're also not in town. Like,
I think that what you have set up is what, like, so there's lots of us that sit at home and like, we're gonna go live off grid. That's not really that, like, super expensive.
It's not super expensive. It's not overly achievable right now either.
Yeah.
I guess it is, unless you're like, forget the world and like, all of my responsibilities.
And I think that lots of times, like I'll tell everybody in YouTube land, like, this isn't financially paid for by like inheritance or anything like this. I just scraped together whatever cash I got and made videos. And I have done that since 2005-ish. So I think that like sometimes we watch videos of people doing extraordinary things and we think they do it full time, but we also don't know the background story of like they own 53% of GM.
Yeah.
Or they're the second cousin to the Apple people. And
I've seen that through social media, at least like some of the homesteading or like renovation things I see. Yeah. They're like, well, next I'm doing the kitchen. And then a week later, it's like, well, now I'm doing the bathroom. You're like,
whoa,
So where's the $500,000 coming from? And you kind of realize there's either a corporate backing,
or somebody ads, or
stuff like that. And that's the only problem with social media that I hate. It's like, it's not real, man. Like it is real. It's not the average person.
No.
So with like my stuff, my plan was to have this house completely renovated within 10 years. That was in the start of 2016. So I got 1 year left. I'm nowhere near that. Nowhere near that.
But like, that's kind of enjoyable too. Oh, like the adventure's not over.
Oh no, 100%. The adventure's not over. And then through this channel too, like you said, what's the goal? It kind of had these little, I won't say side hustles, but these little endeavors that kind of shot off of it. People kind of got a hold of me from like a Toronto home show. Yep. They're like, we kind of like what you're doing. You want to run a booth like 3 times a year?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, cool. They're like, well, we'll promote you and you can just kind of have at it and do whatever you want. Okay, cool.
That's
I
cool.
can build whatever I want, experiment with things, also teach people how to do things, which I actually really love doing that. When you say what one of my hobbies is, I love teaching people how to do things themselves because it's so achievable, it's so attainable. And knowing a lot of people, I won't name names, but they're like, oh no, hire somebody. Yeah. So I love doing that. So that spawned off of that. That led into like some tool sponsorships. So you'll see a lot of things on my channel that they're like, oh, there's a lot of the same tool happening, which is fine. Yep. I get a little kickback from that. but I also don't bullshit it.
Yeah.
I've been sent tools from other companies, and I'm like, garbage. Guess what? It's not on the channel. I'm like, thank you. I'll send an email back going, appreciate it.
My buddy Woody, he used to do my like negotiating. He was like my manager. He would help me on deals just because I didn't know anything about business, right? I grew up farming and fishing, and I didn't understand the business stuff.
And I'm in the same boat.
I really understand the business side now. I've had an exceptional 20 years of education on this. So a big part of this and goal for me, I would like to build this beer league universe to the point where I felt successful. I could hire some of my friends to just do what they do now and get them out of their situations.
Cool.
But my ultimate, and from the time I thought of this, the goal has always been to get to a point where I felt successful enough that I could go and speak to high schools, especially the high school that I graduated at, to just share that, like, you're not all going to university. You're not all the smartest kids in the whole world. And I have ADHD, and I couldn't read a paragraph. Like, I never send emails because after the second sentence of the email, I have no idea what anybody's saying. It makes no sense to me. You really got to call me or text me so that it's easy for me to read. I just want to go to high schools and go, this is what I did. This is how long it took me. These are all the times I was going to quit, and these are all the times I didn't. And this is what I got out of this now.
It's awesome, man.
Simply because I didn't quit.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that's the goal for all of this, to just every day I figure out more. Every day I can do more. And then I just want to get to a point where I can just talk to young people and be like, here's my experience. This is how long it took me. And I'm so glad I didn't quit.
And that's almost, I don't say almost, but it's close to the same way, like when I go and teach people how to do stuff.
Yep.
Like so many times throughout the years, people are like, I can't do it. What are you talking about? Oh no, I can't do it. And actually, say these home shows, I get a lot of women coming in. They're like, no, can't. I'm like, here, just we're gonna cut a piece of wood, just with a saw. We're gonna use a drill. Okay. Oh no, can't do it. Like, why? Well, I'm scared. Okay, well, other than being scared, what's stopping you? Oh, my husband does all this. Or it's like, well, no, he's not here. Is he here right now? Okay, no, he's not. And then you start teaching people or guiding them through these simple 5 minutes, guiding these people through these simple tasks.
Yeah.
And they do it, and they're like, what? They're like, yeah. And so, say someone comes in, and I had a young kid just immigrated from Sweden to here. He's like, I want to learn how to learn how to be in skilled trades. I'm like, well, do you have any tools? He's like, no, we brought over like a couple screwdrivers and hammers. Okay. I'm like, okay, well, let's get on power tools.
Yep.
Kid was there for like 3 hours, going like, what's next? Yeah. Kid was jacked. His parents were jacked, going like, this is the best thing we've ever done. He wants to do this, wants to get into the skilled trades. And at the end of it, I think I gave him like a tool set, and he just like hit the roof.
That's awesome.
And it was like, that was the whole point of this. Yes, I'm getting paid to teach people how to do stuff, but it didn't even matter at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, that's why I'm doing this. This is exactly why I'm doing this here. I get the people that leave, or they come in for half an hour, they walk through a booth, and I'm like, hey, you want to try something? Oh, no.
No, yeah.
Why? And those are the people that spend like an hour or 2 hours there.
Yep.
And then the show's closing, and I'm like, okay, well, you gotta go. I'm sorry. And they're like, okay, I'm coming back tomorrow. And they're jacked. Like I said, they're so elated. And then I leave the show going like, that was like the best day ever. Like I had someone who was terrified of using a saw. Yep. And all of a sudden they're gonna go home and put up crown molding in their house.
So I am not handy at all. In fact, my grandfather used to joke all the time. That I was, we used to break horses all the time. And he would be like, you're amazing at working with the animals. But if that bugger needs a home, he's going to get cold out in the winter.
Fair enough.
Right? it's just not. I'm not saying that I won't try.
That's the big part of it, man.
We have Light for Night podcast. And I figured it out. Like,
dude, I saw it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, right.
It was awesome. Like, I don't know how to do that. I'd probably try and figure it out. But hey,
right. But I was point. Like,
that's amazing.
I think that we get, like, in order to get that attitude that you're not going to give up. If anybody says no to me, it just drives a fire under my ass.
100%.
Right? If I get something in my head And I'm like, I'm just going to do it. Yes. I will call whoever I need. Marley like walked me through the wiring on FaceTime when he was, and I was like, because in my head, this has to happen or it's over. And are you prepared for this to be all over because you were too scared to try that?
Or you're gonna pull your boots up.
Well, what's gonna happen, right?
Like I was thinking about that on the way here. I was just actually almost thinking about questions or what we're gonna talk about. And I knew you'd probably ask me like, how'd you get into this? I'm of the mindset of, if somebody else can do it, I can probably do it. Yeah, if not, I can figure it out. And if I don't figure it out, who cares? I gave it a shot.
Yeah, 100%. And even if like I've failed on all kinds of projects, but I made it pretty damn close. Right? I had to call in backup.
And I've done tons of things now where it's like I do it and people are like, that's awesome. I'm like, it's garbage.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
And then I'll do it again.
I'm gonna tell you a story, and I think I shared this once on Instagram. We got this 2-year-old Belgian colt, and he was crazy, right? So
this is a horse.
A horse, giant horse.
Not a horse guy.
1,700 pounds of 2-year-old child.
Brick shit house.
Right? I finally got him his halter on, and it had been a lot. So I was probably 19 years old at this time. I wasn't little, right? So I'm out there messing around with him, and I'm putting bags of corn on his back, and I want to ride him so bad, but I don't know what he's gonna do.
Right.
He's pretty friendly with me. I've also seen him in a fight with a Hereford bull, and let me tell you, he's a lot stronger than I am.
So it's a bit of anxiety also.
For sure. So
in your neck.
I'm messing around with him, and I used to get straps tied around his stomach to see if he was gonna buck, like a saddle, just to see what he's gonna do.
Right.
And one day my grandfather come by with a load of hay, stops, opens the door, and he goes, how long are you gonna mess around with this, right? I said, I don't know. And he goes, you can do this for another day, you can do this for another 6 weeks, or you can do this for another 6 months. But at some point you gotta get on his back. So pick the day, right? And then I went, Eureka. Like, it doesn't matter if he kicks with the corn on or if he kicks with the strap, it ain't gonna really matter.
He might.
So I took him over, big cattle trailer, F350, got her jackknifed, jammed his head in there so he couldn't bolt on me. I grabbed a hold of his mane with the lines, I had bit in his mouth, and I hauled myself up there.
Today's the day.
What do you think he did?
Oh, he kicked.
No, he never went to move. I sat up there, he looked at me, and the hardest part ever riding that horse is he didn't want to walk. He's so damn lazy, and I guess he liked me. That bugger would walk down the road and try to lay down with you sitting on him and roll to get you off his. He never kicked once. So and forever since then, that was more than 23 years ago. Every time I come, I was like, you don't know what's gonna happen. You can't be afraid of something that isn't here yet. And you know what? Spending all your time worrying about something that could happen, good or bad, or
I tell so many people that.
Just you got to get on the horse's back.
As long as there's not an immediate, imminent prosperity of death, like I mean real death, try it.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Nothing.
Right? No.
You lose a couple bucks, you learn. Well, your best thing is you're gonna learn something if it messes up.
For sure.
Right. Even better scenario, yeah, it works. Did you learn anything? No, you might have got the luck of the draw, but it's almost better to fail the first couple times, keep going at it.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you're like, yes, well, you kind of do this. Wasn't that bad, but.
Yeah. Anyway, brother, that's an hour.
That's an hour.
That's unreal, eh?
Wild. My knees are still in shape too.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how like
2 celery sticks going down the.
Tell everybody at home where they can find you.
Farmhouse Life on Instagram, on YouTube, and yeah,
brother.
That was fun.
Till next time.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys, for watching.